I'm here today to bring some exciting news. Um, we have an Instagram channel now, and over there, what I'll be doing is focusing more on the male energy because there's there's so many ladies watching tarot that I find that the readings gear more towards women and their perspective and their issues and stuff like that. So because there's not much readings for men, I decided I should pay that some more attention. So if you want to get readings based on the male energy, I suggest that you do follow us on Instagram for that. And also, I'll be doing my live readings over there, personal readings, £30 for one question. I'll be doing that over there. I don't think I'll be doing it on YouTube. So over on Instagram is for male readings or based from the male energy. And yeah, live personal readings. So male and female are welcome. Because really and truly, we need to be unified. So if we can get things from the man's perspective, then it will really help us to understand them more. And yeah, so I've come up with one series so far, and it's called His and Her. What did I call it? His and Her View, or His and Her Perspective. And it's like, first I find out what the reading is pertaining to, so whatever the issue is, and then we'll find out how he's seeing it and how she's seeing it, so that they can both understand well where there is a mix up in communication. Because sometimes we are saying, when we're having a conversation, sometimes we're saying the same thing but just in different ways, and somehow the other person is interpreting it as something completely different when it's actually the same thing. So that should help to clear up some of the discrepancies. Yeah, so that's one series that I've come up with so far. I'll come up with some more along the way, but yeah, I think it's necessary to hear things from the man then perspective, so we can, and communication. I feel that these readings are going to help couples to communicate better, because sometimes we know what we want to say but we don't know how to say it. So I'm going to, with the help of the Most High, attempt to bring some clarity when it comes to communicating with each other. Now, that's out the way. This deck that I'm holding in my hand is regarding the live personal readings. Now, well, not the live personal readings, but personal readings on a whole. Because how I do my system, I've been told to show you, is that when I get a request, I ask the Most High how much I should charge, so that if I'm dealing with someone who can pay properly for the service, then Most High would send out the price that is ideal for that person. And if it's someone who doesn't really have a high income but needs that clarity, needs a personal reading, then the Most High will send out a card that is a lower price. Because for me, I don't want to be cheated, and I don't want you guys to be cheated. Now, what I do, it actually take a lot of work. Reading cards is not easy. It takes energy, it takes focus, and let's not talk about, sometimes you people have people trying to block the energies from coming through, trying to fuck up your reading. So now I have to fight off those energies so that we can keep the lines of communication with the Most High clear, so that you can get the clarity that you're seeking. So I put in a lot of work, but everybody can't afford it. So I created this deck. Now it goes up to 10,000. So I started at £10. Well, I actually have a free card in there too, so I made it a little bit fun. Sometimes God might decide to make it free for some people. I have a negotiate card, so that's where I can use my discernment to decide how much to charge. The highest price I have here is 10,000 because some people can afford to pay it. I have the free card there, so for those lucky people that God decided to bless on that day. And like I said, I start with £10. So anywhere from £10 straight up to £10,000 will be the charge for my services, right? Well, anywhere from free to £10,000. Now, what did I have to mention? Yeah. Oh, yes. I was gonna clarify why I feel that it is very justifiable to do that. I have all kinds of people reaching out to me. I have royals reaching out to me. I have superstars reaching out to me. I have regular people like myself ish reaching out to me. So I need to let my price range reflect my clientele. Because to me, it doesn't make any sense that you people are going out there and spending, let's say, 300, 500, 1,000 on a bag or on some shoes or the ridiculous amounts of money that you spend on makeup per month and shit like that, which only make you look nice on the outside, but on the inside you're hurting, you're confused, you're conflicted, you have no mental peace. Now it's up to you what you want to prioritize. If you want to look nice on the outside, feeling shitty on the inside, you're completely free to do so. But if you choose to prioritize your mental clarity, your judgment of direction, if you choose to get help from the Most High and myself for doing that, then yeah, it's gonna cost you what God sees it fit for you to pay. Now, sometimes I feel that there are gonna be cases where maybe you might not be able to pay a lot of money and the Most High might send out a ridiculous amount. I feel that is one of a few things. If that happens, let's say you have a low income and God sent out the £2,000 and I charge you £2,000 when I get back to you, right? What will happen? Well, what I think the case is, in that case, if you can't afford to, is either God wants you to save so that you can get the reading if it's that important to you. So God is probably testing your dedication to the matter, or possibly you already know the answer and God is showing you you don't need to waste your money, you need to follow your intuition. Okay, so once I use this deck, whatever come out, that's what I'm gonna be quoting you. Whatever happens after happens after. If you don't want to pay for it, then fine, you just won't get the reading, and readings are only done after the full payment is in the account. That's how I'm rolling. Now, this is why I came up with the live personals for £30. It's so that people can get a chance to get their personal readings at a price that, so if you're one of the lucky people to get your question in and your payment in first, then you will get your reading. I was thinking of doing a set amount per live session, so something like, I feel 10 per live session. Okay, I may alter the number, I'm not sure, but I'll let you guys know. And yeah, if you want to take part in these live personal readings, then please go follow me on Instagram and let's get this healing on the move, right? So yeah, so if you're contacting me personally, the price could be anything, but if you come over to the live, then you'll be guaranteed that you're only spending £30 for your question, but you have to get your order in first, because it's first come first served. Now, I don't want nobody asking me no stupid questions. I have the right to refuse to answer any questions that my spirit don't feel comfortable with. Let's make that abundantly clear. And if you send me your money and you send me a question that I feel goes against my moral compass or whatever, I will send you back your money. And I won't answer your question, okay? So, let's focus on the healing. Let's focus on understanding. Let's focus on building ourselves in a respectable manner, okay? Because we're dealing with good God over here. We're not dealing with bad God. I deal with positive energy. So if your intentions are negative, my spirit will pick it up, or the Most High will inform me, don't take that one. And I will not take your question. And I will refund your money. Okay? Now, thinking about this, I realized that I have some things to go over in my mind. Okay, if I get too many requests, because I could say I'll only do 10. I'll probably do 10 per session. So then I'll just go through the other 10. I'm kind of working the kinks out while I'm talking to you, because it's my first time dealing with it from this perspective. So I would appreciate if you guys work with me, okay? So yeah, so if anything, because sitting down and doing that, focusing on all, I take a long time. So if I do 10 personal questions per live session, take a break, and I make an announcement when we're going to do the second live, I deal with the other 10, and so on and so on and so on, right? If I get too many orders in, because I know I'm new, you guys don't really know me like that, it'll be like a risk. But yeah, that's why I do my YouTube, so that you guys can get to know me. And if you feel that I am someone that you can work with, then let's do this thing. Let's get that clarity, get that understanding. Let's give you a peace of mind. Let's give you some direction in your life. Because everybody needs somebody to talk to. And I swear, a lot of people pray and they talk to God, but they don't know how to listen to God. And then they think that God is not hearing them. God hears us all the time. Before we even say anything, God knows what's happening with us. So never believe that God is not with you. Never believe that God is ignoring you. And God never give you more than you can bear. Remember that. And life is meant to build you, not break you. For you to allow life to break you mean that you have no faith in the divine. The divine loves us. That's why we were created in the first place. The divine didn't create us just to destroy us. We have a choice. We have a choice to believe that we are loved, or we have a choice to believe that we are not loved. We have a choice to believe that God is real. We have a choice to not believe that God is real. It's all up to us. But no say, I am a living testimony that there is a God. God loves us, and God does communicate with us when we communicate with it. God don't intervene though. So if you don't ask God to help you with something, a lot of the time God won't help you. Sometimes God helps us without asking. But God wants to be acknowledged by us. God wants to have a personal relationship with us. And the fact that you're watching tarot mean that you are aware, or you have some faith in the mystics of life. God is the mystic man, or the mystic woman, the mystic being. It doesn't get more mystical than God, okay? So weigh that balance in your mind and set a definitive intention, okay? Because for you to believe in magic, for you to believe in the unseen and not actually believe in the creator of magic and the source of everything unseen and seen, It just doesn't make any sense. It's this conflicting. It's a conflicting philosophical understanding. It's confusion. Let's put it like that. So make up your mind if you want to choose to believe, and you can ask God to give you a definitive. Well, let me tell you my experience. I asked God, because I used to have conversations with the Most High in my mind, because ever since I was a little girl, I believed in God. Don't ask me how I know. I just had a belief in God. And my grandma used to take us to church and things like that, right? And I got older. That this is when I was about, say, 5 6. I know I believed in God. All them time I believed in God. I believed in being a good person and all these things. I'm conscious of that. I can remember knowing and thinking these things. So when I became how old was I? About 20. My daughter was born, so yeah, about 20. Yeah, I started to get more closer to God. I started to consciously develop a relationship with God as an adult of my own free will. So I used to have these conversations with God in my mind, and one day I was like, God, if that's really you, make it rain right now. And I tell you no lie, I was in the Caribbean at the time, and we have these galvanized windows. They're made out of zinc, yeah. And I heard the raindrops falling. It probably was about 5 drops, just 5 drops. And I was like, okay, I don't need no more proof. So it wasn't a big shower or anything like that. I just heard pling, pling, pling. You know them ones where when the rain is hitting the window. And from I got that, that was my confirmation, because I was already believing in God. I already talked to God. And it was like, if that's really you that I'm talking to, make it rain right now. And it happened. So from then, my faith in God, my belief in God, it became more solidified. And that's how you develop that's how I developed a personal relationship with God. That's part of the way how I developed because as time goes on, you communicate with God more, and it's like you make deals with God. Let's put it like that. And yeah, your faith, that's the faith gym. Your faith gets exercised more and more, and you learn to have more and more confidence in God. And what you find is, as life happens to you, it doesn't affect you the way that it would before, because now you're conscious that you're not alone. Okay. And for me, I asked to be of service to God. So I asked to do the things that I do, to be the type of person that I am, to be obligated to be what I am. I asked for this. I asked for a position in the kingdom, and it was granted to me. Right? So if I work for God, then I mean, come on. If you work for any company, you get certain benefits, don't you? God's company is no different. So that's why people who know that they're working with the divine, they can walk through the earth and do and say certain things that certain people can't do and say. It's not that we're trying to exalt ourselves, but it's we got work to do. We got work to do. Sometimes it causes a conflict. Sometimes it goes smoothly, you know? But everybody got their work to do, to be honest. So it's just for us to decide what energies we want to work with. So yeah, do develop your personal relationship with the Most High, because sometimes we're looking for answers and God is giving us the answers, but we're not paying attention. Sorry if you could hear that noise. We're not paying attention to the answers. Okay, we're not paying attention to the communication, because God can give you answers in many ways. It could be something on TV that you hear. It could be a dream that you get. It could be just a vision that you get. It could be somebody come and tell you something. There's something inside of you that gets stirred when you get your answer. But you see, sometimes when we get our answer, it's not what we want to hear. And that is a problem, you see. So if you're looking for the right direction and God is giving you the answer, but it's something that you don't want to hear, then you're actually you're the self-sabotage. Then that will be a matter of self-sabotage. So we need to trust in God's direction, no matter how things look. Because sometimes we have to take one step back or a few step backs to go forward. And remember, we all have enemies as well. So sometimes God will give you direction and you wonder, God, you really sure that this is how you want me to go? But if it's got you dumbfounded, imagine how it's got your enemies thinking as well. So your enemies are equally confused. You see, and sometimes in life as well, God has to hide certain information from us, because if God reveals certain information to us, then our enemies with the telepathic abilities and all these things, our enemies who would do the dream potion so that they can search your consciousness while you sleep and all these things, they will get the answers from you because you know the answers. So sometimes you just have to trust the process, recognize that you don't have to know everything, just trust the direction that God is leading you in. Okay? Is there anything else I need to tell them? I don't know. If I think of anything else, then I'll let you know. But just to reiterate, yes, we have a Man Tarot channel coming up on Instagram. I've already set it up and stuff. It's just for me to start doing my live. So I think I might do my first live today. We got yeah, my pricing deck for the personals, not the live personals. So if you don't want your story to go on the live, then just know that anything is anything as far as the pricing go when you contact me. And for the live personals, it's only £30. Text in your question to PayPal, pay the £30, and the live will go on. It will be scheduled so you'll know when it's going on, and we'll do that. Okay. I feel like about 1 hour or 2 hours before I do the live, I will shut off. I won't take any more questions because I want to be able to review the questions before I actually come on live. Because like I said, me no depend no devil vibes. We depend God thing. You hear me? So any negative energy that's coming through, we will pick it up and we will block it and we will send back your money. Right? So make sure your heart is clean and pure when you're sending your questions. Don't ask me no questions that's gonna give you information and then you're gonna go fly off the handle and do this and that. That I will not be a part of that. So I'm praying that God keep them kind of energy there out. You need to have self-control. You need to exercise self-restraint. You need to trust in God's advice. Those are the terms and conditions. We're not here to hurt, we're here to heal. We're not here to destroy, we're here to build. Right. And it starts with self. If you don't want to build nobody else, then focus on yourself. Don't destroy nobody. Self-defense is different. But sometimes know that God is the one to fight your battles for you. The battle is the Lord's, it's not ours. Our duty is to care for ourselves, care for Mother Earth, care for each other. Or if you don't want to care for these things, at least do not hurt them. So you have two choices, either be positive or neutral. Anyhow you go up on the other side, you have issues. You will have issues, right? Because the earth always balances itself out. So if you solve negativity, you're going to get negativity. Rest assured. So solve up positivity and let's let the light shine bright within ourselves, and it will reflect in the world around us. It's time for healing, right? So thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, my dears. Bye-bye. Follow me on Instagram.